Welcome to this episode of the Embarcadero Technology Partner Spotlight webinars. This episode is on programming PDF and Office documents in Delphi using the Gnostice document processing tools. My name is Girish Patil and I work with Gnostice. And I thank Embarcadero for hosting us on these events. Today we will see some of the new document processing and FireMonkey mobile document viewing features of the Gnostice product. Although we have introduced our company and products before at Embarcadero events, for completeness for this presentation, I will say a few words about the company and our main product. Gnostice was founded in 2002, and since the beginning, our focus has been on producing document processing tools and components. We have created several products to enable developers to work with documents. We currently support Delphi, .NET, and the Java platforms. Our mission is to enable people to get work done with documents with ease. Our current products for Delphi are Extreme Document Studio, eDocEngine, and PDFtoolkit. For about 3 years now, we have been focusing on one product, that is Extreme Document Studio. With Extreme Document Studio, we want to enable everything developers need to get done with documents, and some common business needs related to documents are viewing, printing, converting them, and so on. Here are some of the examples of how Extreme Document Studio helps you accomplish common business needs with documents. Through the document viewer component, Extreme Document Studio provides the capability to view PDFs, Office documents, and images, all through one viewer component. The API calls too are common where applicable. Extreme Document Studio also provides actions to implement standard viewer functionality, such as opening documents, navigating through documents, zooming, etc. So you don't have to write code at all. Likewise, there's a document printer component, a single component to print all supported formats. A document converter component to convert between document formats, and the document converter even supports converting fixed layout documents such as PDF documents to flow layout based Word documents and HTML documents. There's also a data-aware document viewer to directly view documents stored in blob fields in a database. The document viewer component also makes it possible to interactively fill PDF forms, and you can connect the PDF form fields to database fields so values can be written and read directly to and from the database. In a recent release, we introduced the capability to export FastReport reports to PDF, RTF, HTML, and several other formats. The properties provided on the export component allow for deep customizability of the output. The export is of high quality in terms of resolution, clarity, and compactness of file. You can access the free trial version and the product videos by going to the Gnostice website and our YouTube channel. You can scan these QR codes to go directly to these pages. For purchasing options, you can purchase the components as a complete suite or individually. The complete suite is called Extreme Dev System Delphi, and it includes Extreme Document Studio, eDocEngine, and PDFtoolkit, all with source code. All products include 12 months free updates to all releases and free email support. Let's get to the main part now to see what's included in the new version releasing in the next few days. Firstly, we now support exporting from all major reporting tools of Delphi. And support for generating PDFs that conform to the German electronic invoicing standard is a really important requirement for our customers in Germany. And we now support the PDFA version 3B format with the ability to embed electronic invoices in the generated PDF. The other nice enabling feature is the FireMonkey document viewer that uses a native REST-based document handler. In our earlier presentation, we showed how a mobile document viewer can render documents using REST-based document server. In that demo, we used an external document processing server, our StarDocs document processing server. What we have done now is provided a server and a client component that play well with the data snap and REST technologies of Delphi. So now all parts of the application are native Delphi, and you don't need to license another product to support document viewing on mobile devices. This is ideal for server-based applications. We look at all this in more detail in the demos. Okay, it's time for some demos now. We'll start with the new report export capability and PDFA 3B creation support, and then move on to the FireMonkey mobile document viewer. We have greatly simplified the steps required to implement report exporting capability in your applications with Extreme Document Studio as compared to what it was with eDocEngine. With eDocEngine, we had to drop an engine component and an export interface component and wire them up for each format we wanted to allow exporting to. With Extreme Document Studio, for whatever we need to get done with FastReport exporting, there's only one component we need to talk to, and that is the FR export component. The FR export component interfaces with FastReport to manifest the exporting options in the report preview. And we can select the format that we want to export to from the Save As option. We can enable the formats that we want to show in the preview using the Visible Formats property. We can also export reports programmatically with the FR export component. Let's see examples of both these ways. To export reports from the preview, after dropping the FR export component, we can simply invoke the report preview and we'll get the exporting options. To export from code, we use the FR export component and call the export to file method on it. And to customize the output, we can access the encoder settings properties on the FR export component. And in this case, to export to PDFA 3B, we have set the PDF version property and call the export to file method. To embed the electronic invoice attachment, we have programmed the before end job event and supplied our invoice XML file, calling the attach file method on the document writer, which we get through the event_args parameter. Now let's run the demo and see the PDF output by exporting from the preview. The preview, we select PDF output, give the file a name, and then the PDF is generated and it contains the rich text and the chart objects, and we can see that both objects are exported in vector form in the PDF. That is, text is converted to text and shapes and drawings as vector drawings. Now let's click the button to export from code and generate the PDFA3P file with the electronic invoice embedded in it. Here's the generated PDF. It has been identified as a PDFA3P file, and it also contains the electronic invoice as an attachment. There's an online validator to validate these kind of files, and the files generated by Xtreme Document Studio pass the validation. Now let's move on to the FireMonkey viewer demo in our DataSnap application. Let's first understand what this application is about. It's a simple expense accounting application that stores transactions related to expenses in a database. The transactions may be input by a person incurring the expense or by somebody else who may be managing the accounts. And in the traditional model, in both cases, the entries would be made in the accounting app much after the expense has been incurred. What we want to do here is enable people to enter the expenses when they're traveling on work or otherwise, and be able to also view their expenses along with the documents related to the expenses. Let's see the implementation of this application, starting with the server. For developing the basic app, we've taken inputs from David I's Mobile Summer School Lesson 4 and the DocWiki tutorial topics on developing REST DataSnap applications. So we invoke the DataSnap REST app creation wizard, which does most of the work for us. Then to enable viewing on the mobile client, here's what happens. The documents in PDF, docx, or images are processed on the server side and converted to images and stored on the server in a specified folder. And the links to the converted documents are built and stored in another field that is specified through a particular class. And that class is the GTWeb DataSnap document handler server, and that takes care of all this work. And the implementation for it is here in the server methods unit. So we instantiate the object and set its properties and call the execute method. To develop the client, we again get most of our work done through the wizard, design the interface, and for the document viewing, here's what is required. We drop the document viewer component, bind its file name property to the field that holds the process document, and then we just use the document handler unit for the client. Here's a look at the live bindings and the client interface. With that, we are ready to run our application and see how it works. I have the server running already, so I will just run the client, and we will target the Android device for this demo. And I have my Android device screen mirroring app running so that we can see what's happening on the phone as I use the app. The app is deployed and showing on my phone already. We should see it on the screen, and there it is. The text in the notes field says what the format of the original documents were. Now, let me switch to the Expense Documents tab, and you can see that the documents can be viewed as if they were in their original formats. So you can operate on the viewer to scroll through the pages, and we can switch to the different records and also switch the orientation of the document or the phone. And it is implemented completely in Extreme Document Studio and without using any external application. And while we get the native client-side processing of documents done, this can be an easy way for server-based applications to display documents. With that, we're done with the demos. Here's some information on what we're working on currently. First of all, Extreme Document Studio now provides report export for all major reporting tools of Delphi and PDFA generation capability. And this was our plan for this quarter. We have been at work on better support for the specification of each format and native FireMonkey rendering of documents. That's coming in the future releases. That's it for this presentation, and thank you very much for attending. We'll now switch to live Q&A.
Okay, let me see where it goes here. Hold on just a moment, everyone. Shopping QR code reader says thank you, and it's going to gnostice.com/extremedoc.
Okay.
Yeah. It took me there. All right, so QR code, everybody. Great. All right, a few questions. So, as I understand it, the FireMonkey support, is there any FireMonkey mobile-only set of components for doing something with either local data or document generation, or do you always have to connect to the REST server?
Yeah, actually, so for some creation, or rather some processing and creation, we can use the current components, so the non-visual components,
okay.
And we can get some things done with PDF files.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. But if you want to do, I mean, the whole world, a part of the mobile world, which is mobile connected to databases and so on, then through the REST server, that's a perfect model, right? You have a server side, and then you have the either desktop and or mobile side. So that makes sense. Mm-hmm. Yeah. What's the difference between the VCL implementations you have and the FireMonkey implementations? For non-visual, are they the same or are they different in some way?
Non-visual, mostly the same when it doesn't have to deal with any other device. For example, the printer. That is a bit different in FireMonkey, and we don't support that, but the converter is supported. And for FireMonkey Windows, of course, all the functionality is supported currently, and also for the Mac OS X as well as iOS. For those devices, viewing and conversion is supported. For Windows, all the functionality is there in VCL and FireMonkey.
Okay. And then you kept mentioning Delphi. Can I use all these components with C++ Builder as well?
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we sometimes forget to say that, but it supports C++ as well.
Okay.
And or we support it.
So is there a component, if I wanted to, let me see how I'm going to pose this question. Let's say I want to go to a PDF through a URL. Is there a way on a mobile device? Do you have, I know I can load a PDF because my mobile device will do it in a browser or something. Is there components if I want to build an app and pass it a URL to a PDF that the FMX mobile doc viewer would see it, or is the doc viewer really talking to your server? Am I confusing things there?
In this case, it is talking to the server. Yeah, so right now for FireMonkey on the Android device, if that's what you want to do, then we don't support native or local processing.
Okay, or a PDF viewer component for FireMonkey that you drop in a mobile app you're building? No, I guess I'm.
Yeah, so this one is the document viewer for FireMonkey, what we've used here for this demo, but it can process images. And if you have a list of images that you pass to it, it can view it as if it was a single document.
Oh, okay.
And that's what is happening here. So it's getting a list of documents in the file name. The field that is bound to the file name property, or the other way around, if that's how it's said. And then it's taking the list of actually the list of URIs to the pages of the documents, and then loading them as and when they're requested for viewing.
Okay, I get it. Okay, and those were the list of all the image types that you said are supported, right? Whether it's TIFF or JPEG and so on.
Right.
Okay. Do you care, or do the components care about the form factor? Whether I'm on a big tablet, a 9-inch or 10-inch Android tablet, or I've got an iPad Air 2 versus on a smaller smartphone?
It doesn't matter as long as you align the components the way you want them to show, and inside the view of the pages inside the component, you have different properties to set zoom to be dynamic. That is, as the component changes size, the page inside can just fit to the available space. Or you can fix the zoom to whatever percentage of zoom you want.
Okay. So I can say fit it all into wherever my alignment is, or I can figure out, put scroll bars and scroll around or whatever.
Yeah. So in this case, we've actually fit to the width of the page. So yeah, we can see the document completely, and much enlarged as possible.
And then I, as a developer, I guess I could use the gestures that we provide for pinching and zooming, and then I would set the zoom factor on the mobile doc viewer of the viewer. Okay.
Yeah.
You don't do that yourself. I would do that through FireMonkey's gesture system. Is that right?
Yes. Currently, the gestures are not handled by the viewer itself, but that's something we will have very soon.
But I could do that myself, right, as a programmer?
Yes.
Got
correct.
it. Okay. I have a much better picture now of what I'll do. Can the server side generate a PDF and send it down to the doc viewer, the mobile doc viewer?
Yes.
Oh, and that's what you were talking about with the different PDF formats, right?
Right. So these PDFs were stored in the database, but yes, for the server, VCL and FireMonkey, because it's on Windows, there's generation capability as well.
Okay. And then that would get sent through REST. Is there any other protocols, or it's really REST, right? It's not TCP or HTTP, I guess. Would I do that through Indie or something? Probably not.
Well, internally, we use whatever Delphi gives us to communicate on the REST protocol.
Okay.
So it does use Indie inside the REST handler.
Okay, so that would give me HTTP or HTTPS.
Right.
Because if I was sending some like bank statement information, I'd want that to be secure, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, well, I don't see any other questions coming in besides the ones that were there. So, Girish, do you have anything else you want to add at the end now that you've done the recording and also we're at the end of time here pretty soon? Anything else to add besides their QR code does work if everybody clicks on it with your phone?
Yeah, just that we are busy working on technology for enabling developers to work with documents. So more of that is going to be coming.
Yeah, no, excellent. Excellent.
Yeah. And of course, thanks for everyone who's attending right now. And other people or more people can see it later.
Yep. Yeah, it'll be on the replay. And Neville's just saying, good presentation. Thanks. I mean, everybody needs documents and document viewing on their tablets, their phones, not just desktops. So it's great to have that solution now from Gnostice. That's great.
Thank you.
Okay, everyone, take care. We'll see you again next time online, either next Thursday for Spotlight, Technology Partner Spotlight, or Tuesday Developer Skill Sprints. I don't think we have any other Wednesday things happening. We're getting close to the end of June, end of the quarter. Then it gets to summertime, at least here in the Northern Hemisphere. But we're lining up a whole bunch of things for Q3 for the July to September. So if you have suggestions or you want to see certain technology partners in the spotlight in the coming months, just send me an email to david.i@embarcadero.com. If you can't figure that out or find that out after all these years, then just search on Google for David I and probably find me. But take care, everyone, and we'll see you again next time.
Thanks. Bye.